Evening, everyone. Hello, replay guys. We'll get started in a couple of minutes. Just been chatting to everyone in the chat box. So I forgot that we were actually just about to go live, so we'll be straight into it tonight. If you are watching this live, rapidexecutive.com/live, you can watch on the page. We've got a chat box underneath, make it nice and easy for all your questions. Tonight we are talking about marketing. We'll get underway in just a moment. We'll wait for everyone to come in. If you are watching this in the replay, you can probably skip forward 2 minutes, get straight into the meaty stuff. Otherwise, hang around for a bit of a chat and a handshake while everyone comes on board. We've got a big presentation tonight. We'll be here for probably the whole hour. People coming in now. Welcome everyone. We'll get underway in just a couple of minutes. We are talking about marketing tonight. So if you are looking for marketing, you are in the right place. We're talking about marketing in 2016. And we are underway. 8 o'clock Western Standard Time down here in Perth. My name is Nathan. I'm from Rapid Startup Meetup Group. We meet up in person down here in Perth every fortnight, and we have started doing these online sessions for anyone that can't make it to Perth or can't make it down here, or anyone coming in from overseas. We are live. We do this once every week on a Tuesday night, so that's what you're after if you're looking for ideation, marketing, building a website, all that sort of stuff. We are talking about that every week. My name is Nathan, and tonight we are talking about marketing in 2016. So everything you need from strategy, tools, tactics, things that are working, things that aren't. And if you hang around, I've actually got some stats to show you of my marketing. Recently, I have some marketing strategies I've put in place, and some that have worked and some that haven't. So I want to share, especially the one that worked, because it's pretty exciting. It's only happened in the last 48 hours. So that's been fantastic. So I'll share all the stats from that. I'll probably give you some insider views from my statistics on that as well. So stick around and we'll talk through that. If you are watching live, guys, rapidexecutive.com/live will take you to a page where you can watch the video on the page, and underneath there's a chat box. Some people have had some issues on a mobile phone before being able to chat, so they missed their questions. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat box. There's obviously a chat box on Google Hangouts. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can comment below and I'll get to those afterwards. If you want to chat during the session, if you have any questions on the slides that come up, feel free. Oh, sorry, they'll come up on the screen here. I'm pointing over there because they're on my other screen. If you have any questions on the slides that come up, you can ask them in the chat box and I'll get to them there. If you have any general questions about your idea, if you want some feedback on your specific stuff, feedback on your specific marketing or an approach, we'll get into all of those and we'll probably save those till the end. All right. So if you are chatting in the chat box, come in and say hi, type over your name. G'day, Simon. Nice to see you. Gavin and Paul. I think that's Perth and Perth. So a local mob tonight. Fantastic. All right, we're getting into marketing tonight. So I'm going to flick over to the sides. I've got about a very large number, not to scare you off, but I've got a very large number of slides tonight. I think I'm up to like 80 slides or something. So really great stuff. I love this stuff. And I'm very geeking out on a few things around marketing and funnels and marketing automation, paid traffic and stuff at the moment. So I want to show you how all of that is working, how you could potentially put it together yourself in a very short period of time, very little money to actually turn a return. It's great fun. All right, so I'll flick over to the slides. We'll go through those. We'll probably take about the whole 40 minutes tonight on the slides themselves, but stick around because it's really juicy stuff. Sharing the really good things tonight that's working for me. So pretty excited about this. If you have any questions, chuck them in the chat box, rapidexecutive.com/live, and we'll get underway. Share my screen over to you guys. You'll be able to see that. All right, marketing in 2016. How do we do it this year? All right, we'll do a quick recap from last week's session, which was all about building your websites. So build your dreams, or someone will hire you to build theirs. Nice one from Farrah Gray. So quick recap, we talked about the $0 website you could build in an hour. You can pretty much build it while we're talking on a separate window if you're on a laptop at the moment. $100 website in a day, that's your standard WordPress type things, what you need from a landing page and what a landing page is. hosting, themes, and plugins. So we talked about all that sort of stuff. That's actually been the last couple of weeks. We've been a bit of a focus on building websites. It does seem to hold people up. So if you want to check out those details on how to build websites, if you're on a budget or not, we cover all of them. So you can click on the just click on the screen, hit the subscribe button, and it'll give you all the previous sessions. You can just grab the one that says build your site. There's about 3 or 4 of them in a row, all about that sort of stuff. Tonight we have a focus on marketing. So we talk about the who, the where, and the what. We cover a bit of social media stuff. Obviously, it's a very popular term in the old marketing these days. I kind of defunk a few things on that. We talk about paid traffic and how we can make that work, especially if you're just starting out. Paid traffic is a great way to start out with a couple of dollars and actually get some traffic to your site. If you're starting out new, you might think, well, how am I going to get traffic? And how do we get this marketing stuff actually working? The fastest, cheapest way is actually to pay for it. Sounds a little counterintuitive, but I'll show you exactly what I mean. We have a quick introduction to what funnels actually are, what marketing funnels are. I'll show you mine and how it's been working for the last couple of days. All the numbers and stats, I'll try and obfuscate people's names, but I'll show you exactly how I'm building an email list, how I'm getting conversions, and how much it's costing me to do that, and more. So stay till the end, and I'll show you exactly how my funnel stats are functioning at the moment. All right, so start with your why, and this is particularly pertinent tonight because we're talking about marketing. So why are you, the why of your business will actually inform your marketing strategy. But the why in this case, we're talking about pretty much any idea, any side gig, any venture, any business you start, whether you're excited about it or not, whether it's something you absolutely love or not, eventually it will, one day it'll feel like a job. Some days it'll feel like a job. But if you do what you love, you'll never actually work a day in your life. Cool. All right. So business models and archetypes. I throw this slide up every week. So no matter where you are in your business stages, we do go through the 7 stages of launching. We're using, I guess, a model of Dan Norris's fantastic 7-day launch strategy, which I've used several times myself successfully. This is day 5 for us in marketing. So day 4 was building your website. Day 5, do your marketing. Day 6 is your metrics, and day 7 is your launch. So no matter where you are in that business area, whether you're just starting out, it's important to understand what your business model is. It will help you inform all of the strategies, all the approach, how you launch, all that sort of stuff. So what I put together here, which you can grab in the slide notes. So there's a button just below the chat box. If you click that, it'll give you a PDF of all this, and this is all clickable links. So I've given case studies for each of the types of businesses. Have a quick read through and see where you sit. It will really help you understand the size of your market, how simple the idea is, and if you can head into things like recurring revenue, especially if you're looking for something passive. All right, it's good. Let's do it. All right, so quick recap on landing pages. So you can build a landing page for $0 in almost 0 time using something like MailChimp. The job of a landing page is to capture leads. That's the whole job of a landing page. Usually that would be an email address. MailChimp happens to be an email program, so what better way to capture email addresses than with an email program? And they actually have a landing page or an opt-in form designer on the site, which will give you a URL that you can send people to. So you could effectively create the opt-in form to look like a landing page just like this in literally 0 time for $0. Right, that'll get you up and going. Fortune is in the follow-up. Thank you, Pat Flynn. So we talked a little bit about advanced websites as well. So landing pages and payment integrations if you want to sell products. If you're looking at building membership sites or doing webinars, selling physical products, selling affiliate products, all that sort of stuff. So we covered off some of the most famous ones being optimized press and lead pages, and my new favorite, which is ClickFunnels, which is fantastic. And we talked about how we could start today in sales in less than 60 minutes. So I showed you the landing page secrets of what I've been working through. We did a bit of a rundown on how much all these sorts of tools can cost you usually, upwards of $700 a year for this sort of stuff. But you can get one tool to rule them all. That's ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is fantastic for a hell of a lot cheaper. It's like $90 instead of $700. Ran through a ClickFunnels demo, which you can go and check out, rapidexecutive.com/launch. That's where I put all of the 7 days together in one course for you. And we also looked at an affiliate demo, which is where I broke down how you can actually start in 60 minutes with pretty much nothing and ClickFunnels. So if you want to go check that out, buttercoffee.com.au/biohackers guide. These are all clickable links, guys, so you can grab these afterwards as well. And I pretty much showed you this is post-launch back on the July 12th. When I first launched that first day, within an hour, I had sales coming through. And that was passive income. I had to set up the link and that was it. Everything else happened. That was the beauty of those tools. The next section on building your website comes down to copy. So how do you actually get the words in there, the titles in there, the actual things that would convert people? So what is the sales copy, sales letters, sales scripts, wording, titles, all that sort of stuff? And ClickFunnels actually released recently funnel scripts, which is a tool that you put in, the name of your product, the top 5 features and benefits, what the big problem is it's solving, how fast it works, all that sort of stuff, and it spits out, put this on your website, copy and paste it in there, and you're away. So there's some fantastic tools around these days. Websites should not be standing in your way of launching your business. All right, so what's next? One of my favorite quotes, I'm not sure if it was actually Gary Vaynerchuk that said this, but marketers do definitely ruin everything. Look at Facebook. He was fired before the marketers showed up. It's a liar. I've always had Facebook. Anyway, so let's talk markets, we'll talk strategy, and we'll talk tools tonight. This is a huge topic, guys. So I've tried to condense this as much as possible, and I think we're down to 90 slides. We are flying through them, so don't let that scare you off. But let's talk copywriting, email lists, and funnel automation next time. So we'll save that for next week. We're covering marketing off in next Wednesday's in-person session in Perth. So we've got plenty of time to cover these on the online sessions as well. You can always grab these as a replay. They're up for around 2 days, 3 days before I click over to next week as well. So you can always go back through these. And as I said, there is all these notes on a PDF downloadable on the page that you're watching this on. So start with our what. What are the 3 key strategies to a what? So what is the content, the strategy, and the tools of a marketing campaign? So everyone needs to be a media company. Gary Vaynerchuk famously said this about 4 years ago. He was starting a media company at the time, very quietly in the background. I think he's up to like 600 people now. Craziness, $100 million company or something crazy. But yes, everything is based around media these days. If you are a small mom and pop shop, corner store, you should still be a media company first. Get your name out there. Be known as the best mom and pop media store around. So he also says content, period. And he's very right. So content leads the way these days. People are more and more interested in reading something of value before they would make a purchase. I know I'm exactly the same way. I don't want marketing kerfuffle pushed down my throat. Billboards and things don't work anymore. I don't watch TV, so I can't remember the last time I saw an ad on TV. I don't listen to live radio, so I don't remember the last time I heard an ad on the radio, or people sort of surreptitiously selling me stuff, cash per comment style on the radio. So it's more and more about content these days. So I will go and listen to a podcast. If at the end of the podcast, after I've been taught a whole bunch of something about a topic, and someone says, to find out more, you could go here, that's a way of converting people these days. So you're leading with value, and that value is content. So how do you create content? We are effectively basing our, framework around these sort of lessons on Dan Norris's first book, which was A 7-Day Startup. Fantastic book. I highly recommend you get that if you're starting your idea and you're looking to launch fast and a modern day sort of business, especially something around the internet. His second book, which were the lessons learned around creating that first book, which I thought was very, very inceptive, but was called Content Machine. So it was all about building systems around your content strategy. So systems, content ideas, how to produce virality, and outsourcing it. So it's a fantastic book. I've used it myself, and I've built systems around my content as well. Specifically at the moment around Instagram. We'll cover that off when we get down to the social media section as well. But there are ways of being prolific with your content without being, working 24 hours a day like Gary Vaynerchuk thinks we all should. All right, so we know we have to create content. So where do we get ideas for our content? All right, this is one of my favorite tools of all time. If you guys have been around before, you know that I love funnel hacking, what's working with other people, seeing what other people are doing in their marketing, especially around competitors and stuff, and finding out what's working for them and doing a bit more of that myself. So you can look up your content, you can look up your competitors' content, you can look up your keywords, all using this tool from buzzsumo.com. It's free. They obviously try and push you into their paid version because I think you get 3 or 4 searches a day before they say, hey, you're banned for the day, you need to pay. So think through what you're going to type before you type, but go and have a play. It's a fantastic tool. What it will do is actually, you'll type in something. This is the example from their site. I type in big data. So that's a keyword driven search, click search, and it'll give you a list of, I think it's the top 7 or 8. It gives you thousands, but the top 7 or 8 for free. Social shares articles around that. So here's an example from the Harvard Business Review. Data is the next big thing in content marketing. And there's 1,500 shares on Facebook, 2,500 shares on LinkedIn. That's a very LinkedIn type article. 2,800 shares on Twitter. Again, another very Twitter sort of article. 6,500 people share this article, which that's pretty close to virality as far as I'm concerned. If you could get that many, you'd be laughing. So this will give you, you can put in someone like your competitor's website, and it'll give you all of their articles and their highest sharing articles. So let's say you were in the green tea niche, and you were selling green tea, and your biggest competitor was called, let's think of one, Japanese green tea. I think one on the fly. Japan's best green tea or something was your competitor. You could type in japansbestgreentea.com and it'll tell you their best-selling article. It might be women love matcha green tea. And therefore, what sort of article do you think you would write about and get shared on social media? That's right. So this is a fantastic tool to give you ideas around stuff that's actually resonating with people right now. Just a little side note, these buttons that give you the Facebook shares, one of my favorite business mentors is Brian Harris from videofruit.com. And he used this as a what's called the vacuum formula. So he found an article around similar niche for his website on BuzzSumo. And he would come in here and find Twitter would say 1,000 shares, or let's say it's 2,800 shares. If you click this button, it actually gives you the Twitter profiles of the people who shared it. A little bit full on, but that's public knowledge anyway. But that gives you 2,800 potential people that like big data. If you're writing an article about big data, you can go and tweet those 2,800 people and say, hey, I saw you love that article from the Harvard Business Review. Did you see that I just did X on mine? And you've got potentially 2,800 people that would come and view your article. Anyway, that's some guerrilla marketing for you. Right, so what is your strategy? So here's the number one question to ask yourself. Who are you marketing to, and who are you marketing to in 2016? Now, most people would think that who is your target customer is actually the extension of that question, but I like to think of it as who is your best customer. So I've got several markets that I have businesses in. They're all very different, but if I were to say I talk about my e-commerce business, my coffee business, my coffee niche. My target customer is coffee drinkers. That's fantastic. But my best customer is people who are fanatical about coffee or drink a lot of coffee. It's drink a lot of coffee. They're the best ones. The fanatical ones are painful. They They complain about the product not being perfect. They complain about, we were busy. We need our product. We've got to run out tomorrow. Why isn't it here today? And when they ordered today, the people that are fanatical aren't usually the best for the amount of sales you get. So my best customer in my coffee niche is people that just drink a lot of coffee. They just love their coffee. They drink a lot of coffee. They're the best customers. So my target is not coffee drinkers. My target really is my best customers, which are coffee drinkers who drink a lot of coffee. So definitely think about your target market, but think about your best customer. Who do you want to work with? Who are the people, if you wanted to go away for a week, so your shipping kind of slowed down for a couple of days. This is an e-commerce thing, may or may not be from personal experience. Who are the customers that would go, oh, that's great. Glad to hear you guys are taking some downtime. And who are the customers that would go, what? What do you mean you're going away? You're my e-commerce store. You're not allowed to ever sleep. Anyway. All right, so marketing 2016, the where, the what, and the how. So where do you find them? Where are your fish? You should be going where the fish are. So where are your fish? Where is everybody hanging out? Are they on forums? Can you find them online? Are they on Facebook? Are they in Facebook groups? Can you create a Facebook group to collude everyone together? Are they on blogs? Who has their attention already? Who are what's called the influencers in their market? Very good question. So what is an influencer? So an influencer, let's say in the entrepreneurship or inspiration or motivational speaking influencer circle, is Nathan Chan. He's actually an Aussie with a very non-Aussie sounding name, who created the Founder, F-O-U-N-D-R magazine. It's an online magazine. They do a print version, I think, as well. He is prolific with his marketing. He is definitely an influencer, and he uses the power of influencer marketing to grow his influence even more. So it's a very hyperbolic scale that he's been able to grow his. So this is from, I think, about 2 months ago, but he grew his Instagram account to 710,000 followers in a couple of months, which is craziness. He's the kind of guy that chases people like Richard Branson to be in his book and doesn't take no for an answer until he gets him. So he's a pretty prolific guy. But that's just showing you the power of influencers. So he's using people above him, standing on the shoulders of giants, as it were. All right, the what in marketing is, what are their pains? So you've worked out who your target best customers are. You've worked out where they are hanging out, where the best place to find them all. The next best thing is to find out what they need. What are their pain points? What are they struggling with right now? So ask them, go and listen to them. Rather than finding out where they are and going in and saying, here's my store. That's not really going to help them. Ask them what they need. Is your store actually going to help them? Let them ask you if you have anything, converse with them, ask them questions, find out what they need, help them if you can, and let them ask you for the store. And listen to how they describe their problem. So what words and language do they use, and really how they describe how their pain is affecting them, because that is what you need to be able to describe your solution back to them in a way that's going to solve their problem for them, in their words, rather than you saying, I've got XY widget that has all these features that you need. That's not really going to sell it to them unless you've given them the pain point that they have as a solution. All right, let's jump quickly into social media marketing. A question that comes up in the meetups pretty regularly is, do I need to be on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Anchor, Musically, blah, 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 blah. The answer is, if you could, you should, because all of these have attention. And if you want to be a good marketer, then you need to trade in attention. So can you be on all of these? Yes. Should you be on all of these? Maybe, depending on your niche and your area, but also depending on you. So if you are comfortable and interesting on video, then definitely do Snapchat, definitely do Facebook Live, definitely do Periscopes. If you are shy and can't really speak and lots of ums and ahs and don't really want to show your face, then those platforms are not for you. They're not going to be good for you. They're not going to be good for your image, and they're definitely not going to be good for marketing. But there is definitely a market for you sitting in one of these or all of these platforms. You just need to double down on your strength. So every road looks good if you don't know where you're going. So let's look at what's hot right now. This might help you make a decision as to whether any of these are actually going to be useful for your idea or your business. So obviously, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you would have heard that Snapchat is very popular at the moment. What? Right, so Snapchat was offered $3 billion in 2013. That's like 3 years ago now. That's a lot of money back then. And they declined, Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook. He would have owned pretty much all of the attention right now if he had that, because he bought Instagram as well, and he also has WhatsApp. So there's a lot of stuff. I know they've got to compete with Pokemon Go right now, but up until Pokemon Go launched, it was Snapchat and Facebook. So it's definitely the biggest trending app in 2016 already. I guess I might retract that statement for a bit of Pokemon for the last couple of months. I'm not sure how long that's going to be at the top, but it's certainly at the top at the moment. It skews younger, but that's changing. Like all platforms, Facebook used to skew young as well, but that's definitely changing. There was no marketing in Snapchat, but that's changing as well. There's filters, geo filters and things like that you can purchase now. There's obviously the stories, what's it called? The search stories that you've got on there as well. And they're actually quite expensive. You'll see that the brands that are in that area of Snapchat, if you've never used Snapchat before, this can just go straight over your head. Don't even worry about Snapchat if you haven't even used it before. But there are some areas in Snapchat that are paid for, and they're actually quite expensive, like tens of thousands of dollars for spots in there. So it's certainly changing. They're definitely aware that it's got a lot of attention. Where attention is, marketers will come in and ruin it quick smart. So, but what Snapchat can do for you is it makes it easy to build know, like, and trust factors with your audience. So if you are comfortable with being on video, you are comfortable with sharing behind the scenes, that is what is working well on Snapchat. Another video type thing is Facebook Live. So if you have seen sort of videos coming up with a little recording live sort of symbol on Facebook. G'day, Eddie. Nice to see you. You would have seen the fact that video has been incorporated into Facebook. If you haven't watched any of these, they're usually very interesting, especially if you follow interesting people. I've got Gary Vaynerchuk. I've got Tim Ferriss. I've got a couple other people on my Facebook that I follow. And when they pop up, it's usually extremely interesting content. These guys are pretty cool, and they're always sharing something of value in there. So Facebook Live actually started off with influencers only, so they really got the platform going with high quality, and then they've moved it and rolled it out to everybody. So you can actually just click a live button on your phone and you're live to whoever's around, whoever wants to watch. So it's pretty cool. The content remains, unlike Periscope. So Periscope is one of those where the content actually goes away, like Snapchat. But it does give you the ability to save and scroll through the comments as well. So Facebook Live is a great way of chatting directly to your clients as well, getting feedback from them and analyzing that afterwards. People that watch those lives can be targeted with Facebook ads afterwards and things like that as well. All right, Instagram. This is one of my favorites at the moment for marketing. I'll tell you exactly how I'm using it as well. So Instagram, it's still good. A couple of months ago, they added an algorithm so that you didn't just get everything from everyone. That's as the amount of content in there grew, it was impossible for them to have the content on there. It was just a constant stream of content coming up. You couldn't actually keep up with it. So they added an algorithm just like they did on Facebook. But it definitely owned the attention last year with things like share for shares, influencer marketing. As I said, with Founder Magazine, he was able to grow his followers to 710,000 followers in just a couple of months. And their recent algorithm change is in line with the fact that they're moving more and more like a Facebook marketing platform on Instagram. To give you an indication of my Instagram usage and my stats with Instagram as far as a marketing platform and paid marketing goes, I can put a ad on Facebook and get 20 cent clicks to my website and a pretty good conversion rate on that. So let's say 20% conversion rate is actually quite high, and I'm converting people quite well, getting a really good return on investment from my marketing on Facebook. Instagram is owned by Facebook. There's a little button you can click inside your Facebook ads to say show this on Instagram as well. And if you've got an image that would look good on there and some content that would look good on there, it actually makes it quite easy. I don't suggest doing that unless you're just starting out. If you are looking at doing ads, it's best to have content that's actually useful for both platforms. So have something that works on Facebook and something that works on Instagram on Instagram. Don't try and make things work for everything. But having said that, so I'm getting 20 cent clicks from Facebook. I can run a very similar ad to a very similar group on Instagram, and my percentage rate would be 1/10 of what I get on Facebook, and it costs 10 times as much. So it costs me up to $7 for people to click, and it's about 5 times more people need to see it. So it's crazy how much more it costs for Instagram, and those people don't convert very well. So for some things, Instagram works really well, definitely for branding, definitely for awareness, and things like that. But it's not exactly a direct marketing platform, that's for sure. So it's expensive, it works, but it's more about an awareness thing and sharing traffic with other people. That's what Instagram is definitely good for. Right. So some great reading around campaigns. So there was an article on Medium that's actually linked up here. I've made this white, which makes it look like it's not a link, but this 20 best marketing campaigns of 2016 is a fantastic read. A bit too much to go into in this session. I wanted to keep it short, but one of the 20 is the Kleiner Perkins Internet Trends Report of 2016, and man, it's like 200 slides, and it is so detailed and so mind-blowing. So it's got everything from what's the trending in flying cars, what's the trending in virtual reality, all this sort of stuff, and it's kind of putting it out for the next couple of years. It's got stuff on there around Chinese trade policies and all sorts of stuff. It's a bit heavy, but man, it's amazing. If you're thinking about growing a large business, doing international business stuff, if you're looking for trends and what sort of markets to get into, it's tremendous. It's so cool. And the rest are sort of cool marketing campaigns that have worked this year. It's a very good read, so I definitely recommend that if you're after some ideas, some things that have worked, and in context. So it's got like stats from their campaigns, why they did it, how well it converted, all sorts of stuff. So it's very, very cool. Right. As I said, next week we'll jump into things like growing your email list. Brian Harris and Pat Flynn jumped together and created marketing techniques and email list building for 2016, and they put this book together. So I'll give you a full recap on next week's session. All right, quick, good one, Paul. Found a magazine. It's very, very, very good magazine. A quick intermission before I get into funnels. How are you guys going there? Is this resonating? If you haven't been here before, I do talk very fast, so feel free to interrupt and slow me down if you need to. I'm about to get into tracking and funnels, which is the technical side of marketing. How do you market on the internet, and how do you track people and see if your marketing campaigns are actually working? So this is an introduction to what is commonly known, and more commonly these days known as a funnel or sales funnel. Right, so this is an example of a simple sales funnel. If you haven't heard of a funnel before, what we could do is, if you think about a blog post, that's like an article on something, a big meaty article on, for example, I'll give you mine. Mine was on coconut oil. I put an article together on the differences between coconut oil, MCT oil, and a few products that we sell, and sort of dispelled all the myths on blog posts on how to, like what's the best one to have and when to have it and why to have it and why it's so good for you and all this sort of stuff. I put that on a blog post, and I put a sign-up form that said, I've got this as I put this into a simple guide that you can share with your friends, put your email address in and I'll email it to you, and you can send it on to those guys that might want to read it. So I was obviously trying to convert people onto my email list. So those email lists, so cold traffic, I'm driving people to that article, I'm giving them value. If they find it valuable, then they might want to share it with their friends. So they're signing up to share it with their friends, and they potentially might see that, hey, that I could get those products here. I need those products. I like those products. I need coconut oil. I need to solve the problems that I have with that. This sounds like it would, and I could convert those into buyers. So cold traffic, leads, and buyers. Now, if I've got those leads, I can potentially convert those to buyers later as well with follow-up emails. So that's the simplified version of a funnel. And that's how it looks. So MCT oil in Australia, I've got a Google ad to that. I'm sending people to this coconut oil, MCT oil article. It sort of dispels all the myths around that. I've got the sign-up form, which goes to qualified leads, and then I can follow them up to make a purchase. So that's my e-commerce store and how it's working. So this was this is a page from a while back. So this is April where we originally ran this, and we're showing the new traffic and how many people were converting that. So 5% going to our mailing list, which is pretty cool. Now that was with the Google ads, and what we found was that traffic increased dramatically when I moved over to Facebook ads. So how to do tracking on Facebook ads. It's called remarketing, and what's commonly known nowadays as the Facebook pixel. So if you found yourself being followed around the internet and all over Facebook by something you searched on Amazon, or something you found on a store, or if you go and watch read an article for somebody and then all of a sudden you're getting sold their book on Facebook next time you log in, that's because they've targeted you with a Facebook pixel. So it's actually really simple to create these on Facebook, but they are, if you have a website, you need to have one. They are so powerful and so fantastically easy to use paid traffic for. Obviously that's good for Facebook because you pay the money, but they really do work. So all you need to do is create the pixel inside Facebook. You add the pixel code and click create custom audience. So everyone that goes to that page, Facebook will see and will tag them. And we'll show you exactly how that is done. So creating a pixel is pretty easy. You just go in and say create pixel inside Facebook for business, in the business section, in the ad section. And then you add the code into your, I'm using WordPress here, but you can add it to anywhere in your site. Usually there'll be a header code section in your site. You just drop that code in there, copy paste it in there. It's quite easy. And Facebook does all the heavy lifting for you. So you go back into Facebook and create a custom audience and then just choose your pixel. And it'll say anyone that went to your, sorry, I clicked them, anyone who visits your website. And then you can go by the last couple of days, and you can say if they've gone to certain pages, you can target them certain things and all that sort of stuff. So, g'day, Owen. Great to see you. Yeah, cool. There's we've been going for half an hour. I've been talking like crazy, so make sure you jump on the replay to grab the rest. Right. So, what sort of results can you expect? So, I talked about Instagram ads before. So this is what I mean. I was spending up to $20 a day on my ad spend, and these were my new customers. My results was 1,100 conversion. Now that includes people going to the pages that I wanted them to, not just purchasing, but that was costing me 25 cents to get people to my site, which is fantastic. Now I had the same targeting going on Instagram at the same time, and I was paying $2.62 for the same amount, for the same type of conversion, but I was getting much less reach for that, and the results were way less. So that is crazy. That's the difference in the cost, and that's my tracking pixel to actual conversions itself. So I had 700 conversions for that time period. I think it was 2 weeks there, and it would cost me 10 cents each. So if my customers were ordering $100, it was costing me 10 cents. That's when I decided to turn the dial up to 11 on that one. So that's the types of things you can do. You can validate your idea today with a few dollars on Facebook. And that's exactly what I did. I ran a $4 experiment to see if I could get 1,000 impressions and how many signups I could get. So I ran that experiment. I ran traffic to 1,000 views. I got 6 leads and 3 email signups for $4. So that was a really simple funnel that I ran in one day on Facebook. All right, so I want to show you guys, if you are wanting to see the numbers, how I'm doing with a really recent, super awesome product, combining everything that I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. I created a Facebook ad, a Facebook page within ClickFunnels, and a product that's actually an affiliate product that I have been trying out for the last couple of days, and it's astounding how good the actual product is. So I'm super keen to get it in other people's hands as well. But the fact that I can run traffic to this and actually make money out of it, it's also a good thing. So who wants to see the actual numbers on that? So yes, Nathan, I want to see that. Let me come back to myself, and I'm going to show you exactly how this has been going. So I'm super excited about this product. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to health and fitness, so I'm excited because it's a cool product, but it will definitely be a popular product if I can find the page where I've got it open. Apologies for all the flicking around, but I do want to show you the stats. All right, I have it. Right, so I've been running Facebook ads to this now. I've tried a new thing this week. Yeah, Gavin says, yes, please. Owen says, oh, yeah. Owen actually knows what the product is too, by the way. So he'll be pretty interested to hear what I have on this. Anonymous says, yes, the numbers, please. Cool. All right, so I have been running Facebook ads to a landing page that I created in ClickFunnels. I put it on my site. I tried something new this time, which I hadn't done before. So I have a really cool video, and I know that Facebook video converts really well, and it costs a lot less because not a lot of people are doing video. So I decided to give it a try myself. I have a really cool video. I put that video on a Facebook ad and said, I actually just want people to watch the video. It's such a cool video that I think anyone that watches it has a vague interest in what's in it will want to know more. They'll actually click. So I'm running the ad as a video ad, and I'm wanting Facebook to say, these people like to watch videos. And I think if anyone watches the video that's interested, that could potentially be a customer, will become one. I think it's that powerful. So I will show you exactly how well that is doing. So bear in mind that I was getting 20-cent clicks and 10-cent clicks on Facebook for people to come over to my website. So I need to get them over there, and then I need to convert them. So the conversions weren't extremely successful with that, but they're pretty good. These video reviews are costing me 2 cents, 2 cents a view, and they're converting really well. So I can afford a lot of people to see the video for 2 cents. So that's really not costing me much. And I'm going after a very competitive market, which is health and fitness. So 2 cents for a video, I think is outstanding. Let me hit the share. Now, if I lose you guys for just a moment, it will be because the share isn't working. But never fear, I will be right back in a moment. Thank you, Google. Still here, still here. All right, let me share that over and show you. So for you guys that have been around before, you will recognize that this is ClickFunnels. So this is, do I still have you? Do I still have you? I hope I still have you. I think I still have you. All right. This is the back end of ClickFunnels. So I showed you guys last week when we were building websites exactly how this page, this website works. So ClickFunnels, just really quickly for those that haven't been here before, is a marketing tool and website builder. As you can see, it's collecting stats and stuff for you, right? So visitors, contacts, it's got the forms. I can go and edit pages. I can create websites on the fly. This is sitting in the back end of my website. It's just a page sitting off the side of my website, but it's housed at ClickFunnels and it looks great. So I'll give you a quick view of the actual page and show you what the customers are seeing. So I'll just make that a bit smaller because I've zoomed the page in for you, but that's what they're seeing. The video is actually on Facebook. So I have this video running 2-cent clicks to this website. And then they come over and actually see, oh, it's that video. That's that video. I can watch the rest of it here. It's on a big screen or whatever. And then what's all this about? So the video is talking about energy and weight loss and focus. And then it's taking them to a registration form. That registration form sets them up with everything that I need to do to set them up on the affiliate product so they can go and buy it. It's actually not available in Australia right now. So they need to sign up to be able to get it. So having said that, why I'm talking to you guys about this is I'm sending people for 2 cents to this site. Now, they're not all coming over, 2 cents to watch the video, but the people that are interested are the people that I want. So they're my ideal customer, my target market. So I've paid, I think about $7 over the last 24 hours for 134 people to actually come to the page. Of those 134 people that have come to the page, 34 of them have actually converted, actually signed up. So they've actually clicked the button to find out more, and they've gone to the trouble, which in marketing terms, this is actually a bit of friction, but I've asked them for, everything about their firstborns. I'm asking their name, their mobile address, their billing address, shipping address, all that sort of stuff. I'm asking for everything, and I'm not actually telling them I'm going to give them anything. I'm just saying, take my special offer and you need to sign up here. And then I take them to a thank you page. That's all I'm really doing. So I really am after my best customer here. I want people that are super keen for this product, so keen that they'll put all this rigmarole in. So I'm actually converting at 25%, which is crazy high for something I'm not even offering them that good of value. So that's how good the product is. That's how good the video is. And that's how awesome the cheapness is. $7 to get 34 people that are potentially worth thousands. I'll do that all day, which is what I have been doing. That's what, can't show you guys that, sorry. That's a bit of privacy rules on that one. Apologies. So how cool is that? I'm very excited. If you can't tell, I'm very excited about this. I'll jump back to me for a second. That is a funnel that is working, definitely working. It's something I'm trying out a bunch of different things. So I've got, as you saw from the page, I'm split testing the landing pages on that as well. I'm trying something new on Facebook. I'll also be running some different ads to that as well. But it's definitely something that's converting. I'm seeing it's working. That's where you start to turn up the dial. So even if you're starting from nothing, so I started literally 2 cent video views. I could set a $5 budget on that and it would run for 3 or 4 days. You get thousands of potential feedback for, $15. So if you're thinking about marketing your idea and you don't have any traffic and you don't have any feedback from your customers yet, that is a really cheap way. $15 to find out thousands of people are interested in your product. That is tremendous. This is a brand new product too, so that's why I'm even more excited. Right, we'll just jump back to the last couple of slides. If you have any questions, chuck them in rapidexecutive.com/live. I'll happily answer any of those in there, but we're almost done. Told you this was a long session, guys. So, right, it's a great day to start something big. So just a quick recap of what we've covered tonight, because we did cover a lot. So we talked a little bit about the previous sessions. Obviously, we do that all the time. We also remember our why, and it was particularly pertinent tonight because of the why in our marketing strategy. We looked at who your market is and who your ideal customer is and who your best customer is, where they are, how to find them, finding out what their pains are and how to speak to them. We also had a quick look at ClickFunnels, and I'll say it every week, take action, guys. You take action, this stuff happens. Cool. Now, if you want to see one of these funnels in action, one of these websites in action, if you want to see ClickFunnels in action, you can go to rapidexecutive.com/launch to see how I've put ClickFunnels together. You can grab all of these slides as every week. You don't need to put email address or anything. If you're on rapidexecutive.com/live, there's a big orange button underneath the box there that says download notes from this section, and it'll give you a PDF, and everything's clickable. You can follow along through that. I still have a couple of my 15-minute sessions left. If you want to chat to me about marketing, if you want to chat to me about your idea, rapidexecutive.com/coaching. I've had a few of these calls over the last week, which has been great. I do have a few free spots. And that, my friends, is marketing in 2016. That's how I'm doing it. That's how it's working for me at the moment. I've definitely had a great week this week. It's very exciting when something comes together. Trying lots of different things that do and don't work sometimes, but when something really feels like it's knocking it out of the park, it's all about focus. So I'm keen to get back into that. I've got my team meeting obviously in 10 minutes with my guys, and that's what we are. It's drop it and run with this at the moment. That's 100% focus, 110% focus is going on to that. All right, so question times, guys. So we've got about 10 minutes for your questions. Eddie says, wow, awesome stats. Owen says, that's awesome. Gavin says, it's awesome. It is awesome. It is awesome. I'm very excited. The ClickFunnels is fantastic. The fact that I can see all this without actually building stuff to house all the stats and calculate the stats and code and all that sort of stuff. It's just plug and play. I dragged some images on the thing, told it needs to be an opt-in, and then ran the traffic to it and sat back and watched. It's great. It's a super cool product. If you actually want to go and have a look at that page and how it's all set up, it's buttercoffee.com.au/keto, KETO. So it's a ketogenic product, ketosis, keto diet, ketogenic diet, that kind of thing, using fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates. It's probably the simplest way I can explain it. It's awesome. I've been using it for the last couple of days. Owen, man, it is so cool. It's the greatest thing. It's the greatest thing since butter coffee. I'm going to say that. I have to say that. I don't know if you can see that backwards. But it is tremendous. It is tremendous. I need to get it in more people's hands. This is a game changer. But as far as marketing goes, there really is so much you can do. We hardly touched on email lists at all. How did you get the video done? I didn't. I used the video that's already available. As it's an affiliate product, I'm just able to reuse all of their marketing. So I look at what's working. Basically, if you step back through what we did tonight, I'm doing all of that, minus the Snapchat, but I'm doing all of that for this. And because it's stuff that's already existing, I can use things like BuzzSumo, go and type in the product, see what the most shared stuff is, if it's the most shared video, if it's the most shared headline, article, reviewer, most popular person using it, all that sort of stuff can come up in there. And then I can just take all those and put those in one spot. So instead of me having good article, mediocre article, good article, that kind of thing, and kind of hoping for the best. I can just go grab all the good ones, and then people will come to my site and say, oh, this guy's got all the great stuff. That's my plan anyway. So find out what's working and do more of that. No questions here. I just need time for brain to calm down and clearly file all this great info. Thanks, Paul. Oh, and we actually have the product on our site. For historical reasons, if we get shut down tonight because we're selling it on our site, I'm gonna blame you guys. I'm here, I'm live, I'm saying this. I'm not actually supposed to be selling it, I don't think, on my site. But you can't get this in Australia, and people, when they try it, are gonna want it. So I wanted it, I tried it, now I want more. It's so good. It's such good stuff. Give you an idea, guys. I'm a bulletproof coffee fan. That's what I have for breakfast. That's all I have for breakfast. Some days I just have that for lunch. That's all I need is this coffee with butter and coconut oil in it. Plenty of energy all day, focus, nothing gets in the way. I don't need food. It's really cool. This is a new product that does pretty much the same thing without the coffee and without the butter and without the coconut. It's a derivative of coconut oil, basically. So it's the ketones derived from MCTs and beta hydroxybutyrate. But yeah, I don't need the coffee. I don't need the caffeine. I can wean myself off the caffeine and still have the same amount of energy. And for 2 days now, it's tremendous. I think I got to about 3 o'clock today and went, maybe I should eat something soon. I'm not doing it for that reason. It's not about the food side of things. It's more the energy and focus, productivity stuff. So right, so Eddie says, yeah, got ya. Thanks heaps. Right, guys, I know I probably raced through that a bit too fast tonight to actually give you time to read, but there is plenty of stuff on that list. That article, what I've shared on that is the actual article, the 20 marketing campaigns from 2016. Underneath that is the link to the slide share. It's actually a LinkedIn slide share with all of the slides for the trends. That's a bit of nighttime reading for you. I read it in bed the other night and was just blown away, like, wow. So all these stats about growth, population growths and trends and all that sort of stuff. I geek out a little bit on that sort of stuff, so it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but putting a business lens over that and thinking where markets are trending and all that sort of stuff, it's outstanding, absolutely outstanding. So and in the context of marketing as well, so it's very good. All right, guys, I've got about 2 more minutes on here, but what I'll do is I'll leave the chat box open at rapidexecutive.com/live if you want to chat in there. I'll leave the chat window open for some time. I do need to close it down before we get like inundated with bots and trying to sell us casino sites or something. But these replays are up for 2 or 3 days. We will jump into, as I said, email lists and some of the marketing automation components of all of this stuff. Obviously, when I find something that works, then I just press the record button and press play while I'm asleep. So it's very cool automation you can do with this with all this marketing. I automate my Facebook ads to trial and error on pricing so that I'll see my price come down. So I might say, give me bids of $2 per click for the next 5 days, and my marketing budget is $10. I've got a tool that I run all my ads through that will say, test this price, and see how low I can actually bid my price, and then it sits at that price. So instead of paying up to $5 a day, it'll start being $3 to $4 a day, or it might stay at $5, but I might get twice as many conversions. So it's very, very cool. There's plenty of automation stuff you can do. Also cover some of the email list building. So we talked a little bit about landing pages and why you need emails and how to get emails technically from a website perspective. We talked a little bit about funnels and how we get emails through those funnels, but we'll talk a little bit more about email lists and why. in next session as well. I've got some pretty cool stuff to share from Brian Harris and some of the big names in email marketing, like Pat Flynn, who has a several 100,000 people list as well. And we'll probably talk a little bit about funnels again next week. We had that in every session. Next week, next Wednesday, we'll do our in-person. I had my dad over east, hasn't been here for about 4 years, so it's very cool. But I will jump in the city and catch up with you guys as well while he's here. I may even bring him along. Cool. Paul says, thanks, great as usual. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for the feedback. Thanks for the kind words, guys. All right, I need to jump off because I need to jump on my my team meeting for the week. I'm very excited to talk to those guys. I have heaps for them to do, so I'm sure they're looking forward to seeing me as well. All right, guys, all the details down below. Hit me up if you need anything. Jump on rapidexecutive.com/coaching if you want to chat with me one-on-one about your idea, your business. Owen, we need to chat. We definitely need to chat. Talk to you guys soon.